So, it's Saturday. It's muggy and rainy out. What do you possibly do on a day like this when you don't feel like going out and getting sloppy drunk and partying, or you've already been to Walmart this morning? I just decided I'm going to sit back with a tall glass of Water Gap wheat from Appalachian Brewing Company. Good stuff. And watch a movie. Okay, actually, I've already seen this movie. This is going to be the first of two movie vlogs that I'm going to talk about here. I was actually recommended this one by somebody I work with who said, you have to see this movie. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. And I have to admit, it is really, really good. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it up until now. And the movie is called Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And right away, everybody's going to be like, oh, I've seen that movie. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've never seen this before, and I haven't even heard of it, but it's really good. It's funny as hell. As you can probably, I don't know how well you can see the cover, but it's a spoof on all of the hillbilly, redneck, psychotic, cannibal, it's okay. I'll just say this: it takes place in West Virginia. So, enough said. Am I right? But yeah, it's a parody of the movies like Wrong Turn or Deliverance or something like that, and they're all kind of referenced in here. But the funniest thing about this movie is the supposed rednecks are the normal ones. You know, I'm not going to get too big into spoilers, but it stars Alan Tudyk, which I didn't know. Alan Tudyk, he was big in Firefly. He was in Transformers. He's done a lot of work, and I was actually surprised when I did research on this movie how much work he's actually done. But I guess the best, I just read the back of it. It says, Tucker and Dale are two best friends on vacation at their dilapidated mountain house, which is true, who are mistaken for murderous backwood hillbillies by a group of obnoxious preppy college kids. That's basically it. When one of their friends gets separated from their friends, the boys try to lend a hand, but as the misunderstanding grows, so does the body count. So, right away, this is set up to almost be kind of like Wrong Turn or Deliverance. Like I said, those movies that involve hillbillies that are psychotic. And, of course, as we all know, anybody from West Virginia is an inbred hick who has no sense of right or wrong. They are just completely uneducated, unethical country bumpkins. And that's sarcasm, in case you didn't get it. Sarcasm. Everybody I've met from West Virginia has been perfectly normal. Now, there are some parts in West Virginia that are like that. From what I've understood, a lot of places are like that. But, I guess the best way I can describe this movie, I mean, it's a comedy, because there are moments in this movie where Tucker and Dale, like, okay, there's going to be a little bit of spoilers, but it's not going to matter. You're still going to see this movie. But at the very beginning, the college kids, of course, it's the really obnoxious college kids. These are the kids like in every slasher movie that you want to see die, and die horribly. They go to a gas station, and of course Tucker and Dale are there. They're buying stuff, and you hear like Tucker at the very beginning. He's at the cash register, and the guy's like, "All right, box of nails, like a hacksaw, just like implements that you would consider to be implements of death." And of course, they cut back and forth. Like the college kids, they see these guys like, "Oh my God, those guys are the scariest people ever. Don't look at them. Don't talk to them. Don't do anything." And then they cut the perspective to Tucker and Dale, and they're like, "Man, this is going to be a fun weekend. We're going to go up to your vacation house. We're going to fix it up, and it's going to be a great place. We'll be able to do hunting, fishing there. It's going to be a great place to live." And of course, Dale, the bearded one, he sees the one blonde girl. Of course, there's always a blonde chick in the group, and he's like, "I don't know, I just don't know how to talk to women." And as he's saying this, he's holding like this I guess you could call it a wheat cutter. It's like a big scythe or a sickle or something. It's a huge blade. And of course, Tucker's like, "Well, go talk to her. You know, show her, be yourself. Go over there and just have fun, and don't forget to laugh, because women love a sense of humor." So of course Dale walks over with this giant blade, and of course he has the thick Southern drawl, and he says, "So you kids going camping?" And he starts laughing like, and the kids are freaked out of their damn mind. They're like, "Oh my God, psychotic hillbilly, run!" Of course, Tucker and Dale have no idea what's going on. They're totally clueless. Like, what the hell was that all about? And like, you totally screwed it up. They're just not into you. You know how these city women are. They're so stuck up. And the house that Tucker has bought for his summer home, it's right out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's dead animal heads hanging out, like stuffed animal heads. There's bones everywhere. Of course, they walk in and like, "Huh, whoever owned this house must have been an archaeologist or something." And they say, "Oh, he must have collected newspaper clippings." And of course, it's clippings of like murders all over the place. You know, it's the really stock cabin of psychotic hillbillies. And I forget how it all starts. Like I said, I just watched this movie last night. Oh, okay. They're out fishing one night. They're doing a little night fishing, and the college kids happen to be nearby, and they decide to go skinny dipping, which is not as sexy as it sounds because they don't show anything. But the blonde girl that Dale tried to hook up with, she falls in and bumps her head, and they row over with their boat. They pick her up out of the water, and as they're doing this, the college kids see them, and they're just like, "Oh my God!" They're dragging this poor woman's limp body out of the water to save her, by the way. To totally save her. And they go rowing off because they don't know the other college kids are nearby. That's the trick of it. They take the blonde girl, I think her name is Allison, back to their home, and they patch her up. And of course, she thinks that she's about to get like gang raped by hillbillies, and she's freaked out at first, but then she starts to realize, you know, these guys are normal, everyday people. While the college kids have tracked them down to their dilapidated shack, and that's where things start getting interesting. There's a moment when Tucker is outside with a chainsaw sawing through a log, and there's a bee's nest inside of it. The bees, of course, get out and start attacking him. So as the college kids are slowly going towards the shack, here comes Tucker with his chainsaw, like swinging it wildly in the air, like he's fucking Leatherface. And of course the college kids are like, "Oh my God, run!" And Tucker, the only thing he's doing is trying to get the bees off of him. I think one of the kids impales himself onto a tree limb, and Tucker doesn't even realize what's going on. He's still swinging around. Just the kills of this movie are funny. Every kill done is made as if it were like a Wrong Turn movie. And I don't like the Wrong Turn movies. Not that they're bad, just that I'm not big into movies that actually could happen. I think Wrong Turn actually could happen. But some of the better kills in this movie. One of the college kids charges after, I think, Tucker, who is feeding tree limbs into a wood chipper. He moves out of the way. He doesn't even know the guy's behind him. And the guy is running at him with a pocket knife. He trips, falls into the wood chipper. And, of course, Tucker turns around and he's like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Oh my god, what the... Ah!" I think probably the best line of the movie. Again, I hate giving too much away, but you'll see it either way. Probably one of the best lines of the movie. Tucker and Dale, they're freaking out because all of these kids are suddenly dying all around them. Completely by accident, by the way. Pardon me. And Tucker looks at Dale, he's like, "I know what's going on around here. This is a suicide pact." he says, "These kids came up here to kill themselves, and they happen to be doing it near us." And Dale says, "That makes perfect sense. You're exactly right. They're trying to kill themselves, and of course, they're trying to kill the poor blonde girl that we saved." So, oh my god. It's a great movie. It's a great twist on a very tired genre, and that being the psychotic hillbillies, because I think Deliverance started it, Wrong Turn killed it, because honestly, it's such a stereotype with the redneck psychotics. And I'm sure there's people out there like that. I don't know. I don't know much about West Virginia, but I'm sure 90% of the population is very nice. But if you want a great comedy that, and that's what this is. It's strictly a comedy. It's made by Magnolia Home Entertainment, which is primarily a lot of foreign films. In fact, there's a lot of foreign film trailers on this DVD. There's a lot of great movies that look like too. I can sit down and watch a foreign movie. Other people not so much, because they either don't like the oh shit, I just totally lost my train of thought. The voice dubbing or the closed captioning, where you read the subtitles. Nobody likes to read subtitles, so you have to watch it with the dubbing. And if you watch it with the dubbing, you can't take it seriously, because it's not the same. It's the words that you hear are not matching with the words that they're saying. So a lot of people can't take foreign movies seriously. Me, I love them. I actually watch it in closed captioning, because who cares if you have to read a little bit? I'm a fast reader. But if you want a great comedy with a lot of funny moments and a lot of hot girls, what's her name? Katrina Bowden, who plays Allison. Woo! My goodness gracious, woman. Again, they say there's brief nudity. I didn't see any nudity, and the worst that you'll see is a girl in her underwear, and that's all there is to it. The kills are even kind of tame. Well, maybe not tame, but nowhere along the lines of you're gonna puke if you see this movie. It's not. It's a funny movie, and the ending's kind of, you can see it coming a mile away. But it doesn't matter. It's a funny movie. So definitely find this movie. I think he said it's on Encore on demand right now. Again, I don't know if by the time you watch this video, it's probably going to be off. But definitely look for Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It's a really, really funny movie. It definitely is a spoof of the redneck horror genre, which everybody does. One. So, like I said, this is going to be my first movie. I'm going to watch another one probably tonight. I don't know if I'll do a video of it tonight, but I found another one at Walmart, and I had to get it. So, would I recommend this? Absolutely. Watch this movie if you like horror comedy, if you like spoof movies. It's not so much like a scary movie type spoof. It's actually, I like these kind of movies way better because it's not just a bunch of random pop culture references being thrown at you. You actually enjoy watching these movies because it tells a story without actually having to resort to like cheap jokes or cheap sex jokes every now and then. It's a really well put together story, and Tucker and Dale are awesome. I'd love to see a sequel to this because the way it ends, I mean, you could easily make a sequel if you wanted to. I don't even know if they do make a sequel or not, but yeah, definitely check it out. So, my first movie, well, not my first movie review, but my first movie review that's not tied into something else, like WTF. I did No Holds Barred and The Wrestler on that one. This is just a completely different movie review, or vlog, whatever you want to call it. Definitely recommend it. Watch it. Like I said, I'll probably watch that tonight, my other movie, and maybe do a video. I don't know yet. So, and I have a 64-ounce growler that I got from Appalachian Harley Davidson, or not Appalachian Harley Davidson. God damn it! I am so fucking wasted right now. Appalachian Brewing Company. That's what I meant to say. They just opened up their new restaurant along Carlisle Pike. If anybody that is watching this lives around me or in the Carlisle area, Mechanicsburg area of Pennsylvania, check it out. Awesome food. So, yeah, I'm just hanging out here by myself with the animals. It must be nap time. I could probably take a nap too. And me and Ashley bought Skylanders. We were playing that all morning. Good stuff. I need another beer, and I'm rambling. So, thanks for watching, guys. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Check it out. Great movie.